Alright lads, so in less than 12 hours time, we're getting the new Fierce Battle banner pledge with Lilynette, Stark, and also Genryusai. And as always, before the banner does drop, we are here to talk about the characters, letting you lads know everything you need to know regarding the 3 new characters, in this case, Lilynette, Stark, and also Genryusai. Now, before we even do begin the discussion on this particular banner, I do recommend 99% of you lads watching this video to skip this banner. Mid-month banners in general are usually skips. Sometimes they do offer some pretty good value in terms of increased drop rates. In this case though, while Genryusai, Stark, and also Lilynette are actually pretty good characters for mid-month standards, none of them are really a must-have, and since they are premium, you can get them later down the line as fillers in better banners, so I definitely recommend most people skip this banner and save for our next banner, potentially Spirits of Elwitha. I only really recommend summoning on this banner if you really are massive fans of Genryusai, Stark, and also Lilynette, and as always, if you're only a fan of one of the particular characters, and as always only want one character and no one else, then it's always advised you summon on the individual banner where the chance to get the character is doubled. The individual banner dates are on your screen right now. That's when they're going to be available, and if you only want one of them, that's when and where you should be summoning. With that said though, having a look at the actual banner, it is going to be available tomorrow and will be lasting until the 27th. That therefore means that when this banner does leave, we are then getting end of month. The importance of this means that we are going to find out what end of month is actually going to be while this banner is still out. So as always, waiting to the announcement to see what end of month is going to be is always something I would recommend, so you don't regret going all in a banner and then having potentially no orbs for a new exciting end of month banner. Additionally, while this banner is going to be out, we are going to be getting a rerun of Spirits of Elwitha, the Kenpachi lineage, which does feature all these characters here. It's a pretty exciting banner for a rerun, and I will be talking about it in a couple days prior to the release of this banner, but I thought I'd mention here just before some of you guys potentially summon on this banner, right? So just a few things to keep in mind. We are at the calm before the storm, before like really exciting banners start coming our way. Remember, any time from now within the next 4 or so months, we are going to get a Burn the Witch banner, and then we are ever so slowly building up to the anniversary, July 23rd. So a banner like this isn't really a banner you want to be summoning your orbs on, again, unless you just really like the characters, and even then I would recommend just waiting to get them later on. With that said though, let's have a look at the newest 3 characters. The first character to talk about is going to be Stark. Stark is setting up to be a pretty good overall character. The weakest part about his kit, and the part that really does ruin him in my opinion, is his SA1. Now, it doesn't make him terrible, it just makes him worse than what he could have been, and he could have been significantly better had he been given that SA1. Having said that though, again, for a premium mid-month character, he does have a lot going for him, being a power Aranka Espada with the no affiliation killer, being a 30% damage inflicted at full stamina soul trait, allowing him to be a very good soul trait for any power character, especially if I was in your Blood or Yamamoto, but the character itself also has a respectable damage output with Frenzy +1, a 40% Berserker, 30% more damage when at full stamina, and also 40% more damage to enemies that are afflicted by weakening. That's going to allow him to actually hit quite hard, even with that mediocre SA1, and if you are looking for a potential ranged no affiliation killer for the no affiliation guild quest, Stark is going to be a good one. He's definitely going to be a good sync character with that SA3, being able to dish out a lot of damage, especially when you do weaken, which is something that either Thousand Year Blood or Yamamoto can do, or the Christmas version of Noel. So he does have some good synergy with the weeks he wants to be used in for that particular guild quest, and other than that, he has some good utility with guard break, hidden enemies, and also the built-in recharge. As a mid-month character, he's actually quite solid, especially because he's the first character in the last 3 years to be given Havoc plus 20%. He does have some problems, a lack of survivability, no immunities, no way to reliably stay at full stamina, and also again a mediocre SA1, but if you're looking for a Stark just to have a bit of fun with, this character is definitely going to be good. He's not as bad as people are making him out to be, but he definitely isn't anything too crazy. Our next character though is going to be Genryusai. Genryusai is a Mind Sorcerer captain with the human kill ability, so not really the best killer option here, but in his case it really doesn't matter because he has a ridiculous damage output. It's actually quite crazy how hard he actually hits for a mid-month character, because he was actually one of the few characters in the game to be given Frenzy +1, a 60% Berserker, and also 100% more damage to enemies not afflicted by a status domain. That is actually really good. With guard break, built-in recharge, long stride, and also poise, he's going to be a very solid character. He also can be used to farm droplets, and that is a soul trait, so you can give it to your other characters or use them to farm droplets yourself. And I guess for the 1% of players out there, he also does increase the amount of coins you get, which is nice because it does increase it by 70%. But truthfully speaking, coins aren't really hard to come by. You're going to collect them as you go by. You don't really need characters to farm coins like you need characters to farm droplets and also link swap potions. But his damage is actually quite crazy, especially with the strong attacks that he does have. The only bad thing about this character is basically that he wasn't given Havoc. But I guess he makes up for it because he also does have a lot of usability, especially in Arena. As in Arena, he does get an extra 10% recharge. And if you do level up his Arena abilities, he gets the Star Power item +2, increased special move usage +1, and of course also Frenzy +1, taking it to Frenzy +2. So this is a character you can definitely use in general PvE content, Senkamon content, even Guild Quest content as a side, farm droplets with, potentially use them in epic raids if we get a +5 link swap potion link for the mind attribute, and also can use them quite a bit in arena content. And I guess the same can be kind of said for Lilynet. She's definitely the worst in the banner, but the best way to look at her is an arena character. In this case, Lilynet is a Technica Ronka with the Quincy kill ability, so she definitely does have limited usage there when it comes to the killer effects. But in the idea of using her in arena, Quincy kill is actually quite good here, especially because she is technique. She's almost designed to go against someone like 7th Anniversary Uryu and also the most recently released mana version of Orihime. And the reason why I say that is because she has Frenzy +1, a 40% Berserker, an additional 20% strong attack damage that you give to your entire team if you are a Technica Ronka. She does 60% more damage to enemies that are lacerated, and every 5 seconds she does have a chance to inflict lacerate on any enemy on the screen. I think the most important skill that she does have here is the Pierce Barrier. A lot of people were confused why she was given that, but again, it's for the arena game mode. In Arena, one of the few ways to stop your opponent from defeating you and stop them from stealing your score is by using barriers. It's a very common strategy in most arena games, especially in the higher ranks, that someone brings a barrier character. There aren't many few characters out there that go through barriers, so her actually having that skill makes her not like super meta, but definitely going to be usable in the arena game modes. Alongside that too, she also picks up 15% last ditch survival as an arena trait, and if you do level up her arena abilities, you're getting Longshide, Frenzy +1, and also the Start Power item +2. Does take a bit of investment, but if you are a Lilynet fan and you want to have the most fun with this particular character, Arena is going to be the game mode for that. So overall, the 3 characters, again, for a mid-month banner, they are definitely some of the better ones we've ever received. The only problem with these characters is that they don't really increase any of the drop rates, which I guess is why people are disappointed by them, but in terms of skills and strong attacks, these are some of the better ones we've received in a very long time. Having said that though, it's not really enough for you to actually summon on them, again, unless you really like the characters. The banner itself isn't the worst. Geo and Barugan being there are actually kind of nice because they are still somewhat recent premium characters. Geo being good in Guild Quest and also Senkamon content. Barugan on paper looked good, but unfortunately in gameplay he's not really the greatest. Tsukishima being a really good technique character actually, especially with the Aranka kill ability, and also being a very good counter to Arankas in the arena game modes. Jackie can be used weekly to farm attribute scrolls and also can be used in arena. Lisa can be used to farm mind link swap potions, albeit not the best. And Neliel is going to be a great melee Naz character for the Aranka Guild Quest. And that basically sums up the entire banner itself. The format, of course, is going to be the usual. Step 1, 6, 11, 16, and 21 are discounted at 150 orbs, while Step 2, 7, 12, 17, and 22 are discounted at 200 orbs. You have a 4.5% chance to get a featured character, a 1.5% chance to get other character, so overall, a 6% chance to get a 5-star. And every 5th step guarantees you a featured character. So overall, it's an okay banner. Genmarasai, Stark, and also Lilynet definitely have some value if you are fans of them, but in Lilynet's case and also Genmarasai, it's mainly going to be in the arena game modes, and Stark is just going to be a fun character to play around with if you do like the character himself. None of these characters are must-have, so if you're going into this banner with the idea to get value, this banner simply isn't it. I definitely recommend to skip this banner and save for a future one. Again, potentially end the month of February, which has the potential chance to be Spirits Are There With You. And since we are actually in February, the wait for the end of month banner isn't going to be that far away. In fact, the banner is going to be getting announced in around 9 or so days, so there isn't too long to see what end of month is going to be. And again, the announcement will be made while this banner is still out. So for those that are patient, I definitely recommend it if you are really eager to summon on this banner. Wait a week, the banner isn't going anywhere, and then you can make a better educated decision whether you summon on this, the Safui Kenpachi banner, or the End of Month banner. With that said, let me know your summon plan in the comments below if you do plan to summon. For me, I'll be doing the first step and also buying the ticket in the hopes to walk away with one of these characters in a very small amount of summons. I don't recommend going past the discounts, but again, it's your account. You choose what to do with your orbs. I hope you guys enjoyed the video though. I'll see you lads next time. Take care and peace.